Yo, yo, yo. Hello guys, long time no see. How's everyone doing? Robin, Khan, what's up? Peter, Robert. I'm fine, thank you. Is the sound good? Can everyone hear me? Music not too loud. El Romano, what's up, mate? I'm wrecked. Dang. Well, me sort of too. It's good. All right. Greg, what's up? So we're just gonna wait like a couple more minutes so some more people can join. And then once we have some people in, we can get started. I'll be giving my thoughts on Bitcoin, as always. What my plans are. Haven't really traded for these, for a couple days, maybe even a week. But yeah, I'll explain what my next game plans are, and then we can maybe take a look at some other pairs, maybe some alts, maybe the S&P, ETH, we'll see. Okay. GPM boss, what's up? Starting to get into a range where you can run a grid bot for the next 12 months and do something more meaningful in life in the meantime. Yeah, that's indeed sometimes the best option for a lot of people. Simply do something else and not trade at all. For most, but not for all. New sponsor? Yes, yes. We'll get into that later. Right, so I think we can get started. So welcome everyone that's here. Welcome to another stream. It's been a while. Planning on doing these a lot more often again in the coming months. So yeah, stay tuned. The new sponsor of the live streams is is BitGet. A lovely exchange, a lot of pairs, a lot of old pairs as well. I'll have a link in the description which you can use to make your account. Also, something new is that my group, as a lot of you might know, it has again been closed for months. But if you'd like to join my private group, it's free now. All you have to do is make an account over at BitGet, deposit at least $500, and then simply join the Discord. Send me a message with your UID, and then I'll add you to the members. Okay. So yeah, all info is in the description. Okay. So yeah, let's check some charts now, right? So what do we have here for Bitcoin? Let's start off on some higher time frames, and then we'll dive into the lower time frames. So starting off on the monthly, last month's low, last month's high. Take a different color. All right, head over to the weekly, last week's low, lining up beautifully with last month's low. Last week's high, last week's low. Take a different color. Let's take green. All right. And then the daily immediately gives you a clearer view, right? So major liquidity to the downside has been taken here. These lows got taken out already. Now we have one more kilo resting beneath us. So what is the line in the sand for me? Obviously, last month's low lining up with last week's low. Okay, so quickly, if these levels are reclaimed, okay, then I think we could start talking about last week's low, and at that point, that would mean a break in market structure, right? So low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If we break above this, that would mean a higher high. So then retests will probably get bought at least into this key supply area, okay? So that's the first major play, is if we reclaim last week's low, last month's low, that's a long for me towards last week's high first target, and then these highs up here into this supply area, okay? If we don't, if we reject, so if we do see something like, for example, we chop around again around these prices, get an ugly sweep of some highs, retest is an easy short, and then at that point we target these lows again, and then all the way down here, and might even get another breakdown. But I personally wouldn't bet on that. I think sub 20k is a solid buy. But yeah, for leverage, I'd stay calm on spot as well. I've been buying spots since 28k, way too early. But anyways, I think these prices are attractive for the long term. On leverage, yeah, like I said, simply mark out your plans and wait for triggers before you enter. For me personally, that's, like I said, if we make a lower high here and get a sweep of that high and reject, I'll be looking for shorts. back down. If we reclaim last week's low and last month's low, I'll be looking for longs on the retest towards last week's high, these highs into this supply area. Okay, is that clear for everyone? So heading into the 4 hour, we can mark out our last week's range as a clear range with the mid-range. And as you can see, how beautifully pivotal that mid-range was. Sweep of the highs, retest, and then sold off. I personally, in this range, didn't trade much. I was looking for sweep of the longs, reclaim to get long. But yeah, as you can obviously see, we just smashed through. So no trigger, no trade. Or I was looking for a higher sweep of the highs over at these highs and not just these. But yeah, I didn't get that either. So I was flat for these last couple days, as I said, and I'm yeah, waiting for higher probability plays, which are at this point look for weakness on a sweep of these local highs, and yeah, maybe fill in some inefficiency, and at that point we'll be looking for shorts. Easy. I mean, in times like these where you have consolidation and a breakdown, you have the easiest invalidation is on shorts on a sweep of some highs. Like if we do this, right, sweep, short it here, keep your invalidation here, you just know that if it's gonna make a new low, then supply here must hold. People accumulating shorts here in profit, okay, when price returns to that area, they are gonna be willing to defend their positions, and it's likely that price rejects there. If it breaks above here, those people are underwater and will want to get out on the retests. So then at that point, that's a long, like I said, on the break above there. But as long as we stay below this supply area, I think shorts are still the play. So that would look something like this, invalidation there, and then target, yeah, probably the low. But yeah, obviously, as always, I take profit on the way down, so take profit here, and then see from there. Make sense? It's free, you just need to deposit 500 USD. Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, it's still your money, right? So it's free. Long get Lambo, yeah. Dan, I'm good, man, thank you. Do you look for imbalance zone like the candle from 19.8 to 19.1? There is a lot of supply sitting at the retrace. Yes, exactly. That's what I've just said, right? This area is pretty damn key. A break above there would be damn bullish, which is why I probably wouldn't blindly long a reclaim of last week's low, unless I see something like this where dips are getting bought aggressively. But otherwise, I'd probably wait for a break above this mid-range, because at that point we wouldn't only be above last week's high and last month's high, which is already pretty bullish, but then we would also have broken above supply that led to the down move, yeah, which is gonna result in people closing out their shorts, which will result in buy pressure. So at that point, at least target these highs and then probably these equal highs up here. Okay, so for now I'm waiting. Shorting here, not the play, I think, since invalidation is pretty damn far away. But yeah, if you get a scam pump up, then it definitely makes sense. Our local range we're trading in here would be range low to range high, right? First low after the impulse move down as a range low, the first high being made after the low as a range high. Mid-range is set, as you can already see on the lower time frames, struggling to get above the mid-range. Once it broke below, retests, sold off, lows swept, liquidity taken. Also a major, that's also a big one, this key low. So not only took low time frame liquidity, but it also took major liquidity below a key low here. And then, yeah, grinding up. Now ugly sweep into our mid-range. Once we get above, should start attacking the highs, I think, above here and here. And then, as I said, if we do this, boom, break back below, short. Yeah, keep your invalidation a little bit further away. Target, range low, this low, and then new lows. So that's probably the easiest play right now, I think. And yeah, looking for longs here. I mean, yes, the lows got swept. Yes, the highs are unswept, but obviously in a downtrend, shorts are higher probability rather than longs. So yes, you could go for a long at a range low here. That would look something like this. But as I said, in a downtrend, right, a range where range high is swept and range low is unswept are higher probability to succeed than a range where range low is swept and range high is unswept. So this setup, short to range low, is higher probability in a downtrend than longing to the unswept range high. Something to keep in mind. Feel free to leave a like, by the way, subscribe to my channel. So, any more questions on this, or yeah, anything in general for Bitcoin, or is Bitcoin clear? I don't use TPO, no. Took a long at 18.7 and my TP is the OTE 19,560. Yeah, that's also, yeah, I mean, it could be a really nice play, but yeah, probability wise, I rather wait for something better. But yeah, OTE is also a great way to set your invalidation, right? Where is it here? OTE. And as you can see, as always, that OTE is gonna line up with local supply key levels, and as you can see, lines up beautifully with last week's high, last week's low, last month's low, OTE, supply. So any sweep of the highs is a clear short with invalidation above there. Well, a little higher probably, at like 19.8. Because if you get above here, I think range highs are next. Do you think we will make a lower low? I have no clue, man. At one point, probably, yes. I think if this was the bottom, right, then OTE area should have held. And then I think, hold on. I think if this was the bottom, that this dump, this right here should have been a sweep of this low and nothing more. Then I would have wanted to see something like this, a wick into OTE here, and then a strong buyback. And if we would have then consolidated and then started trending up again, then I could have seen this grinding up pretty high back towards above 30k. But yeah, as you can see at this point, it looks ugly, man. So I wouldn't bet on, I mean, yeah. High probability that this is not the low in my opinion. Would you ever take the short just above the range high? Yes, like I said. Bitcoin market cap chart. Weekly time frame, the 2017 high needs to hold. I don't really use those charts, market caps or dominance or anything like that. I think that's all a meme. So yeah, no, not really, no thoughts on that. If you trade Bitcoin, like chart Bitcoin, right? If you trade ETH, chart ETH. If you trade the S&P, chart the S&P. And yeah, high time frame wise, I mean, as I said, for long term, anything below here is a good buy, I think. But yeah, we'll have to see. Nobody knows. It's all just a game of probabilities. And the big difference between investing and trading, of course. 17.1k would be a nice sweep of the lows of the higher time frame range. Yeah, like if we do see a sweep of this low and the buyback is good, well then sure, I'll be looking for longs back towards higher liquidity. Then we have a high time frame range with low to high, right? But yeah, we'll have to see. Let's take a look at the liquidation levels. Yeah, as you can see, low time frame liquidations level resting to the upside. Well, that's pretty obvious after a move like this that the most levels are gonna be resting to the upside, but which is why shorting down here, I'd wait, right? At least give it some time to make a sweep above this range high, or at least like go for, yeah, back towards 19k and then look for a short. But otherwise, I definitely would wait, because if you short here, where's your invalidation, right? If you, like for my system at least, I mean, everyone do your own thing, but I wouldn't have a clean invalidation here. I think we see something like this. Boom, reclaim, then sweep the high, and then back down again. We just swept some highs, so low time frame resting there. So take out some late longers who longed into this. Boom, maybe a little lower, bounce it, sweep, range high, and then back down. Make sense? And as you can see, those liquidation levels here beautifully lining up with the area we discussed here. The liquidation hunt is the way trading has changed. Yeah, trading has changed a lot. That's true, especially on Bitcoin. But yeah, it's pretty obvious, but pretty normal that it changes, right? Otherwise, it would be way too easy. And trading can't be easy. It's that simple. You make liquidity very visible in your explanations. Very nice. Thanks, man. Right, let's do ETH. Actually, let's start off with ETH Bitcoin, because I've talked about this a lot. Actually, and I said it was still very bullish, and so far it played out nicely on the weekly. Not trading this low time frame, by the way, but just focusing on this high time frame to sort of see which one is more likely to outperform. And I think ETH will continue to outperform. Maybe not low time frame here, but I think this will still outperform big. Why? Long as accumulation time down here, deviation below the lows, then massive breakout, then it started ranging, range high swept, range low swept. Then I said here it was likely to start outperforming again, which it did. Solid reaction from range lows, reclaimed our mid-range. So I said if this breaks above this range high and this range high, which are key levels, at that point I think we start breaking out hard and start trending hard again. But yeah, like I said, we need a break above these levels, and as you can see currently it's getting rejected here after sweeping this. So what I could see here on the lower time frames is we have our high or range high. Let's mark that out with a different color. Trending from the lows. Trending from the lows. High. From this high to these lows. Back to the highs. Highs swept. So if it starts rejecting here, could see this trending down for a bit again into our mid-range. If it then sees a bounce, as you can see by the way, lining up with demand, sweep the lows, reclaim, and then hopefully has the strength to break out and then starts trending huge. And then at that point I think we see ETH outperforming massively. But yeah, could take time. We'll have to see. But I'm pretty bullish on this. If we fail to do this and we break below here, yeah, then it looks pretty bad again. Then we probably revisit range low demand right here, and that better holds. Because if this doesn't hold, then I think it's all the way back down, yeah, towards this accumulation phase. But as long as this holds, this scenario right here, I think that's pretty, this is pretty bullish. So ETH USD. Yeah, main range this is trading in is this one, right? Massive bull run. Boom. Now from this high was the first time we saw a big retrace. Lows being made after this range high. These in one swing. Range low. Back to the highs. Highs swept. Broke back down. All the way back to the lows. Lows swept. So is this a deviation? Okay, if we see a weekly reclaim of range low, could start targeting first supply again, then mid-range, break above there, could narrow it down to like these levels, because this was the high here that got swept, leading to the lows. So break above this red area, then we can start targeting range high. Until then, as long as it's below this range low level, we probably see a bit lower. Key levels marked out here are definitely this low. I think this is gonna be big. If Bitcoin starts going for the lows, okay, so for the that weekly low, right? Then ETH will probably, most likely, very likely be trading below this low. If it does this, right, sweep into demand, and then manages to reclaim this, then I think we have the strength to reclaim range low and then go for higher liquidity. But yeah, it's beautiful how these levels, these high time frame levels work on the lower time frames. As you can see, beautiful. Yeah, in hindsight, it's also easy, right? But it is truly beautiful. Sweep of the high into supply, into this high time frame level, reject. So yeah, I think this is at least going for this low and then this low. Clean liquidity resting there. And I'd love to see a big wick, boom, in there. And if we then see the reclaim, then look for longs again. So, everyone still with me? Hope everything's clear. If not, feel free to give some feedback in the chat. If I'm going too fast or I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the S&P now. What do you think about ICT models? Well, I use some of its concepts like OTE. But yeah, I developed my own thing around it and use different things as well. But yeah, I mean, do whatever works, right? If it works for you, happy days. I mean, I don't get people hating on a strategy or hating on a concept. Like, if it makes you money, why would you hate? I mean, the only thing people are here for is making money, right? So if it works, it works. And I don't care what people use. I just show you what I do and what works for me. But if something else works for you, well, go for it. So for the S&P, I think it's at key support. So we've trended this all the way up. And then started coming down again, okay? And then we made a clean daily range here from this low to this high, okay? So this broke market structure here, boom, then broke it again. But this told us, this gave us a clear range, right? From this low, we went up to this high in one swing. So from this downwards trending low to high. This range didn't confirm because well, no, this, like, you could mark out a similar range right here, right? But that doesn't work because there the highs didn't get swept. While in this case, from the lows, right, we didn't make new lows, we just swept the lows, reclaimed, and then went for the highs, okay? So if this range is valid, range lows here and range low demand should hold, in my opinion. So which is why I said I think we're sitting at key support. What level does have to hold? That's gonna be this weekly demand, weekly daily demand, resting here in general. So yeah, with the key level being this range low right in the middle. Actually gonna mark this out with an actual range. Okay, so yeah, these levels work beautifully. Break back inside, retest, sold off, mid-range to the pip. Okay, so it would make sense here to see a little more downside. And then we'll have to see if it breaks back below here again. Yeah, then we just have a similar play to, like, for example here, where we did basically exactly the same, and then the retest was a clean short. So we'll have to see if this bounces. This range is confirmed to be a bottoming range, I think. And if we start reclaiming some levels, then we could start trending higher again. If it doesn't and we break back below here, then the retest is a short to new lows. And then the key levels to watch are in this gray area, right? So this level lining up with this high time frame demand here. So sideways price action that led to the continuation higher. And yeah, below there, it's probably down another 1,000 points. Well, not 1,000, for 500 towards these levels. Okay, but yeah, it's at a key point here, close to support. So could also be setting up for a small bounce and then continuation to the downside. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't be looking for swing longs here, but I definitely would be looking for some low time frame longs, especially if we continue to dump here without taking much liquidity to the upside. Then look for some low time frame plays. All right, so gonna end the stream here. It's been a good one, first one. So yeah, but like I said, we'll do these more often. If you haven't already, leave a like. That helps me a lot. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks again to BitGet. If you want to get into my Discord group. It's very simple, where I post all my charts, all my analysis. Simply make an account using the link in the description, and deposit at least $500, and then message me on Discord and you're good to go. Okay, so thanks for coming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.